Hello, Internet. This is Whispering Limb, finally bringing you a new unboxing video. So, the box that I'm going to try out today is called the Quirky Crate. It is a little on the pricey side, $35 for the box, and then they charge shipping on top of that. So, not the best deal, but it looked really cute. And I promised you guys a new unboxing video. And I confess there is one extra reason why I chose this particular box. It's guaranteed to have at least one pair of socks. And I love my socks. I considered getting a subscription for just socks, but I think that would be a little boring for a video. So we're going to try the Quirky Crate. And I didn't cancel it right away, so we're going to get at least 2 of these. But depending on how they go, we may not get very many of them. So with that long explanation, let's go ahead and finally jump in. Oh my, this is our first look. It's got a nice giant happy face and some colorful tissue paper here. It looks like it's wrapped all the way to the bottom, so I can't just pull it up in one clean sweep here. And it's very cute paper. I don't want to damage it, even though it's just tissue paper. Okay, so I had to just tear it. Here's our first look inside. These boxes love to have like a piece of paper on top that just kind of gets in the way of everything. So there's some information about the person who puts together the box. I don't feel like reading it right now, but maybe in the future. And then, this is interesting, they have a price list, like the retail value of the stuff that's in the box. I'm not going to read the list off because that seems like that'd be a bit of a spoiler, right? So let's go ahead and dive in. First up is a little pin. Pin collecting is very big these days. My sister does the Disney pins, and she goes to Disney with Land or World, one of them, at least once a year. And you get to trade with princesses and stuff, right? So that's one area of pins. And then if you go to a lot of anime conventions and maybe a few other like general pop culture kind of convention, a lot of artists have started making like limited edition pins of their own designs. So that's like a whole nother area of like trading and collecting, although I think it's starting to see its decline. But that's just me. I do spend quite a bit of time. It's kind of like almost an outsider in these conventions since I go for selling. So I kind of get a weird look at things. But anyways, this is neat. It is pin backs. So to kind of go with that pin there, right? And again, I don't personally collect them, but I do know several people who do. So this may be useful for them. I may repurpose that as a Christmas gift. Next up, we have a pen that has a little pom-pom attached to it. Let's see if I can get into there and feel the pom-pom, because you gotta like explore the fluff, right? And there we are. It is indeed fluffy. And the pom-pom's on the cap, so while you're writing, you're not hitting yourself with it. So I suppose that's a nice feature. But otherwise, it's an interesting choice, but it is indeed quirky, right? The crate lives up to its name. Next up is a patch, an iron-on patch, and it says, "You can sit with us." It's kind of an interesting addition. I'm not a patch person either, but what can you do? So we're gonna move right along. We have this Quirky Girl beanie, which it's a little on the tight side, and I don't feel like messing my hair up at the moment, but it has another nice pink fluffy pom-pom on it. It's definitely a girly box, which I do appreciate. Next up is our fabled socks, and these ones have little swords on them. So kind of, again, a random choice, but I love having random socks. I usually find an occasion for every sock, so maybe if I go visit my guy while he's doing a D&D game or something, I'll wear my socks. Now at the bottom of this box is a cupcake purse. That's actually pretty cute. I tend to be a one purse kind of a woman, so I don't know how much use it will get, but it looks pretty well constructed, honestly. I would imagine if I saw this in the mall, right, I'd probably pay $40 for that on its own. And the lining is soft, although it doesn't open up very wide. The cupcake is kind of stuck in that slightly flattened out version. But that's certainly interesting. And if nothing else, would be a good costume piece, perhaps. I'm debating whether or not this is giftable. It's definitely cute. Maybe I'll use it. We'll see. And finally, beneath everything else, there is one final item in the box, although it's not a novelty, right? It's a newspaper. So the lady who puts together this box actually writes her own newspaper, and it's rather thick. It's got quite a few things in there. It's called The Happy News by Emily Coxhead, a newspaper to celebrate all that is good in the world. The Happy Newspaper is a platform to share positive news and wonderful people. And our front page, just kind of like a standard newspaper, lets you know what's inside. Some of the stories are U.S. couple turn ocean plastic into prosthetic hands. That is positive. John Legend becomes the youngest and first black man to reach EGOT status. Which is that thing where you get a Grammy and an Oscar and Tony. Ethiopia and Eritrea make peace. I didn't know they were at war. And there's an advice column on understanding social media. I don't think I will read any of these stories in front of the camera. That sounds like it could be its own ASMR video if you guys are interested. Maybe I'll just do it as a voiceover because it's very hard to get these videos done in the daytime when there's light. but I am going to read the back here. Understanding everything is what we try to do, looking at things from a different point of view. We won't always agree, not even you and me, but sometimes we can just agree to disagree. There are things we can't change, things that are just strange, but one thing's for sure, not always understanding is a thing we must endure. So it's a little poem. I thought it was going to be like a motivational speech, but a poem is good too, which I guess is a motivational thing. It looks like if you are curious about this newspaper, you can go to thehappynewspaper.com. At any rate, that is my Quirky crate. Now I'm a poet too. I would consider reading the happy news as a video. If that interests you guys, let me know in the comments below. It may have to wait till next year. Just trying to fit in my grocery haul for this month might be a little difficult. Work always gets extra busy around the holidays. But yeah, I love comments. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like, or if you think I should move on to a different subscription box. See, I don't have my cheat sheet, so I know there's Thor Stronghammer, and of course ASMR Fiend. There's a couple of people that I should do shout outs for. But I think I'm gonna limit it to like 2 or 3 on these videos because I'm getting lots and lots of lovely comments now. So I can't say hi to everyone, but hi everyone. Anyways, I should really end things there because trying to work in between the banging outside is proving difficult. Have a wonderful night. Thank you.